So what was the highlight of your weekend, you guys? Pop it in the chat or unmute. What was the best part of your weekend? All right, Kimura. Anything else we need to change? You're right. There's one more thing. So your clue, you guys, up here is that there's two things that we need to fix. Let's see if you can discern what they are. Pop them in the chat. What is wrong with how this sentence is written? It says, Los gatos es pequeño. And you don't need to know what they mean. Just think about the things that we've practiced, all the patterns that we've looked at. Yeah, very good. So Elizabeth, what should it be? You're absolutely right, but what should it be? What is wrong with how this sentence is written? And there's two things. Give it a try, you guys. Good morning, Aslan. Nikki, what do you think? Akari, give it a try. Just pop it in the chat, or you can unmute. You guys, it costs you nothing to try. I was just telling seventh graders, success is not an accident, right? You have to be intentional. Got to think about it. Got to make it happen. Good, Elizabeth. Woo-hoo. Yes, Kimura, absolutely. That's absolutely right. Haley, what do you say? What's wrong with the sentence? Akari, Nikki, Aslan, what's wrong with this sentence? That's right, Kimura. Absolutely. Good job. Buenos días, Carlin. Feliz lunes. Stacy. ¿Qué tal? So what's wrong with how this sentence is written? There's two mistakes. For those of you just joining us, I'll give you that clue. There's two mistakes. Los gatos es pequeño. There's two errors there. Think about all the things we know. You don't even have to know what the words mean. Pop them in the chat. We're going to get started here in just a second. Haley, you see a mistake in our sentence somewhere? What's your guess? Well, I'll give you guys another clue. What are the four things that we always have to think about? Is our sentence masculine, feminine, singular, or plural? And then they all have to match. Isn't that what we've been practicing, right? So is that the case here? Right, Kimura. Right. So how can we fix this sentence? How can we make it better? You see anything, Haley? Heaven, how about you? Stacy? No, ma'am. Good morning, Arshis. Good morning, Melanie. That's it, Stacy. That's good. That's one. Do we know the other one? We need cameras on too, you guys. Good morning, Catalina. We're trying to figure out what's the errors up here. There's two of them. And if we think about the four things that we always got to consider, right? Is the subject or what we're talking about in the sentence masculine, feminine, singular or plural, and then everything has to match after that, right? That's it, Heaven. Good job. And we don't even need to know what the words mean, right? That's why we've been looking for patterns all year. What are the patterns? It doesn't even matter what they mean. Okay, Arshis, so what should it be? You're right. That's one. What should it be? There you go. That's very good, Heaven. You're absolutely right. Anybody else find this second one? Aslan, how about a camera, por favor? Melanie? Morning, Charlie. That's right, Arshis. You're absolutely right. Good eye. Good eye. Anybody else? Thank you, Aslan. Yep, you're absolutely, you're half there, Melanie. So what would we do? There's one more error. One more thing. What do we have to think about? Remember, masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. Does our sentence match all the way across for those things? That's what we need to figure out. Okay. All righty. So let's look. You guys did a great job figuring it out. So it's los gatos. Again, we don't even need to know what that means. But who can tell me? Is it singular or plural? Let's start there. S or P? Pop it in the chat. Los gatos, singular or plural? S or P? All right, you guys are telling me plural. And we know that because, how do we know that? How do we know that? How do we know that los gatos is plural? Yeah, because the los is plural and the S on gatos. So you guys, that should say like ding, 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 ding. That's plural, right? All right. So then everything in my sentence has to be plural. Okay. Because what we're talking about is plural. So then los gatos, M or F, masculine or feminine? M or F, los gatos, masculine or feminine? Good, Heaven. Good, good, good. Keep it coming. Los gatos, masculine or feminine? You guys are telling me masculine. So if we're talking about los gatos, even if we don't know what they are, they're cats, obviously. But if we don't know what they are, they're masculine and plural. And that means that everything in our sentence has to be plural. Everything in our sentence needs to be masculine or whatever. Okay. So our S here is singular, right? Is. We don't want to say the cats is. We need to say the cats are. So S becomes son, right? Like you guys are telling me. S becomes son. But then what about pequeño? And again, it doesn't matter if we know what it means. What do I need to do here? Is pequeño, yeah, is pequeño masculine or feminine, you guys? M or F? It's masculine because it ends in an O, right? Is it singular or plural? S or P? It's singular, but gatos is plural, We changed our verb to son. So don't we need to make this plural as well? Absolutely, it needs to be plural. And how do we do that? You guys are right. We add an S. So our sentence should be, los gatos son pequeños. The cats are small, right? But once again, we don't even need to know what the words mean. We need to just pick out what is important, right? What is the pattern based on masculine, feminine, singular, or plural? And then oftentimes, are we talking to them or about them? Okay, right, you guys? Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Los gatos son pequeños, right? We don't do that much in English. So we have to like train ourselves, huh, you guys? We have to train ourselves. All right, let me take roll real quick. Some of us are joining us. Scylla, who told me that they had, let me see this. Aslan, okay. Give me a second, you guys. Stacy, Nikki, Scylla. Scylla. I need to change you. Yeah, okay. All right, I think that's everybody. I think that's right. I don't know. I'm not very whippy on attendance. Okay. So, ¿qué vamos a hacer hoy? What are we going to do today, you guys? I hope y'all had a good weekend. I went to a concert this weekend. It was fabulous. What did you guys get to do? Anything fun? Oh, anybody else? What did y'all get to? You went to Florida. I think I remember you telling me that. Well, that's wonderful. Did you have a good time? Did you have good weather and all? Okay. That's cool. All righty, you guys. So, hoy es lunes. Oh, that's fun, Melanie. Hoy es lunes, el 17 noviembre. Remember, you guys, the dates. It's always the day and then the month, right? And that's the rest of the world, okay? We're the only ones who do it the other way. So we need to remember that that's how we would write our date. Practiquemos con los colores como adjetivos, right? So we're still working our way into those describing words using colors, all right? Using colors. Now, let me, we're going to start off today with a song. You guys know I got to have a cheesy song, right? Especially on a Monday morning. Yeah. All right. So make sure you can hear our cheesy song. Let me get it started here. All right. Get ready. Here we go.
Colores, colores. Verde, verde, me gusta el verde. Verde, verde es el mejor color. Me gusta el verde, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá trabaja en el bosque. Me gusta el verde, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá trabaja en el bosque. Rojo, rojo, me gusta el rojo. Rojo, rojo es el mejor color. Me gusta el rojo, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un bombero. Me gusta el rojo, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un bombero. Blanco, blanco, me gusta el blanco. Blanco, blanco es el mejor color. Me gusta el blanco, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un panadero. Me gusta el blanco, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un panadero.
Okay, make sure you're looking at your screen, you guys. The point is to help us remember them.
Azul, azul, me gusta el azul. Azul, azul, es el mejor color. Me gusta el azul, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un marinero. Me gusta el azul, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un marinero. Negro, negro, me gusta el negro. Negro, negro, es el mejor color. Me gusta el negro, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un minero. Me gusta el negro, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un minero. Amarillo, me gusta el amarillo. Amarillo es el mejor color. Me gusta el amarillo, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un taxista. Me gusta el amarillo, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un taxista. Anaranjado, me gusta anaranjado. Anaranjado es el mejor color. Me gusta el anaranjado, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá siembra naranjas. Me gusta el anaranjado, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá siembra naranjas. Colores, colores, me gustan los colores. Colores, colores, todos lindos son. Me gustan los colores, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un pintor. Me gustan los colores, ¿sabes por qué? Es porque mi papá es un pintor.
All right, did you like that one? I like that one. See, give me a thumbs up if you like that one. See, clase. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. So what do we need to, let me go back to share. See, what do we need to remember about how these work? If we're going to use them when we speak, if we're going to use them in a sentence, right? Are they always going to be spelled rojo, blanco, amarillo, anaranjado? How is the spelling? What do we got to think about? We got to make them singular or plural because they are actions. I mean, adjectives, right? We're describing. So just like we did in our warm up today, we have to remember that like pequeño needed to be masculine and plural because gatos were masculine and plural. So same thing with our colors, right? They're describing words, and so we need to make them match, right? Whatever we're describing. How about in a sentence, right? So I can say, you know, me gusta el verde. I like green. Or I can say, la hoja es verde. The leaf is green, right? But what if I wanted to say the green leaf? So in English, you guys remember, we say green leaf, like our adjective, our describing word comes in front of the thing we're describing. We wouldn't say the leaf green is pretty. We would say the green leaf is pretty, right? Not in Spanish. In Spanish, remember, it comes after. So we would say, you know, la hoja verde es linda, right? The leaf green. So our describing words, most of our describing words, colors included, you guys, are going to come after the thing we're describing. So again, the opposite of English, kind of like our dates, las fechas, right? They're the opposite. So I want us to practice with that a little bit today. I do want to finish talking about colors today, okay? yeah, this week is going to be kind of weird. I'm just giving you a heads up, right? So we want to make sure that we work together and we get our stuff finished up. Okay. All right. So let me pull up some slides. Let's practice together. The more you all like participate, then the faster this goes, needless to say. Now we had some of these colors that follow different patterns. And so I want to just remind us of those. Okay. So take a look at your screen. Give me a thumbs up. Y'all can see my screen. Okay. Yes. All right. James, you with me today? All right. So we have these colors that are different. We had marron or café. In this list, we actually have light blue, which is celeste, right? Light blue, gris, verde, and azul. So remember, you guys, if something ends in a letter like marron, gris, or azul, in other words, something that's not a vowel, right? A consonant, a regular letter, and we need to make it plural, we just need to add an ES, right? So marrones, grises, azules. You do not have to worry about them being masculine or feminine. Okay, so these are really odd. And remember that we have that little visual in our library and in our module to help us remember. Okay. If it ends in an E, like celeste or verde, right, then all you have to do is add an S. You wouldn't add another E. Okay. And then here's another reminder. Adjectives go after the noun. Okay. So let's practice a couple of these. We're not going to do all of them. So in the chat, you guys, or if you want to unmute, just raise your hand. Okay. So let's do número tres. Again, we're not going to do all these. We're going to move quickly. So los libros. So how would I say the blue books, you guys? Pop it in the chat. The blue books. Very good, Kamora. Yep. So if you're seeing my screen, we're just filling in the blank. Oh, you don't have to rewrite anything or put it in a sentence or anything. Just tell me what form of azul would we use if we're describing los libros. Very good, Elizabeth. Very good, Arshis. Very good, Heaven. Anybody else? Very good, Stacy. Yeah, so libros are books, like library, right? And so azules, right? Muy bien. Okay. What about let's come down here real quickly and do número siete. Goma is an eraser. Doesn't make any difference. It's feminine and singular, but we have marron. So you got to be careful. What are the rules? La goma, the brown eraser. What would we do here? Very good, Elizabeth. Very good, Heaven. Remember, these are exceptions to the rule, right? This is why we practice these exceptions. Very good, Stacy. Oh, actually, be careful, Stacy. We only have one. You would be right otherwise. Very good, Arshas. Very good, Xilla. Absolutely, Kimura. All right, so let's look, you guys. It stays the same, right? Because marron ends in a consonant, the letter N. It would not change in any way. Okay. We only going to change it if it's plural, right? These are those exceptions, and it's an exception because it ends in the letter N. Okay. All right. Any questions there? Do you want to do one more? We're good? Okay. All right. Let me go on to the next slide. I gotta undo. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. So these, you guys, are kind of mixed up together, right? Some of them are going to change, maybe some of them are not. I don't know. You're going to have to decide, right? That's what we're practicing here. Again, we're not going to do all of these, so let's start real easy. You're just going to fill in the blank like we did a minute ago, right? So let's do número dos. Again, you don't even need to know what they are. You just need to be able to figure out if they're masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. So how would you fill in the blank? El cuaderno, something green, right? Verde is green. What do we do? Good, Elizabeth. Just pop it in the chat or unmute if you like. Carolina, James, Priscilla, Charlie, Dallas, Melanie, Nikki, Haley. Let's hear from y'all. Good, Heaven. Good, Arshus. Good, Priscilla. Good, Nikki. All right, anybody else? Well, let's figure it out. Let's see. Carolina, can you tell me if el cuaderno is masculine or feminine? Carolina? El cuaderno, is it masculine or feminine? Nikki, how about you? Can you tell me, is el cuaderno masculine or feminine? Good, Carolina. It's masculine. How do I know? Because it's L and it ends in an O, right, Nick? So is it singular or plural? Nikki, can you tell me, is it singular or plural? El cuaderno? Is there one or more than one, Nikki? Number two? Número dos. It's singular. So if it's singular and masculine, then the word that I'm using to describe it also needs to be singular and masculine. Okay. Well, verde happens to end in an E. So I don't have to worry about masculine or feminine, but I do need to worry about singular or plural. If it's singular, would I need to add an S on verde? Would I need to make it plural? Would I need to add an S if el cuaderno is singular? Nikki, what do you think? No. So what's my answer going to do? My answer is going to be the same, right? Because verde is one of those exceptions because it ends in an E instead of an O or an A, right? So all we have to worry about for something that ends in an E, just like we learned with estudiante, right? If we needed to make it plural, we would add an S, but we don't have to worry about anything else. Okay. All right, you guys, let's try número cuatro. Good job. Let's try número cuatro. James, I want to hear from you. Charlie, Dallas. Melanie, Akari. Let's do número cuatro. Las mochilas, and amarillo is yellow, right? So what do we do to the word amarillo? So remember the four things we got to ask ourselves, right, Akari? Is it masculine, feminine? Is it singular or plural? Número cuatro. Masculine, are you asking yourselves? Is it masculine, feminine, singular, or plural? Good, Priscilla. Arshas, muy bien. Heaven, muy bien. Anybody else? Carolina, what do you say? Nikki, what do you think? Melanie? Muy bien, Melanie. Yes. All right. And is it singular or plural? Las mochilas. Okay. So what would we do to amarillo? We got to make it feminine and we got to make it plural. So how would we do that? James, what do you say? The quicker you guys respond, the quicker we can move. Very good, Nikki. Woo-hoo, good job. All right, so let's see. It would be, oopsie, amarillas, right? We got to make amarillo feminine because this is feminine, and plural with an S because this is so las mochilas amarillas. Notice, you guys, again, it comes after the word we're describing. If we want to say the yellow backpacks in Spanish, yellow comes after las mochilas amarillas, the backpacks yellow. Okay, that's how it's got to work here. Okay, let's scroll down here to let's do one more on this slide. Let's try number 10, número 10. El escritorio. El escritorio. So ask yourself again, masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. We have to get into that habit, right? Número 10, number 10. El escritorio, and our color is azul. That's correct, Nikki. Very good, Arshis. Very good, Priscilla. So what do we do about that, Nikki? Good heaven. Is it singular or plural? And then what do we do with azul? James, I want to hear from you today. You see, we go on if I don't know what you all know, what you don't. So when you drop out, that just drags us all down, right? You either need to participate or you need to tell me, I don't know. Very good, Melanie. Very good, Nikki. Woohoo! All right, so let's move on. So what would it be, you guys? Escritorio happens to be a desk, right? So it's masculine and singular. Azul, blue, happens to end in that letter L. So we don't have to worry about it becoming masculine or feminine, but we do need to worry about it becoming plural. Since escritorio is singular, we don't have to do a thing, you guys. The blue desk, el escritorio azul. Okay. All right, muy bien. Questions? Questions before I go on? All right. So if we can remember masculine, feminine, singular, plural, if we remember that these describing words come after the thing we're describing, okay, then let me erase all. Then let's look at it this way. Okay. All right. So just take a look at the screen. Now, what do we notice? Let's look at our modelo, our example. It says mochila and it says azul, but it doesn't say la mochila. So in other words, we don't have that clue. Woo, right? Our only clue is going to be in the word itself. Mochila ends in an A. So, all right, you guys, it's la. Okay. And then, like we just said a second ago, azul happens to be one of those that we only worry about if it's plural because it ends in a letter and not an O or an A, right? So to put it together, this should say mochila, la mochila azul, la mochila azul. Okay, if we happen to be talking about the chair, la silla azul, same thing. Okay. Remember now, if mochila, for example, was plural, then we wouldn't use la. What would we use? What would we use? We would use las. So it'd be las mochilas azules, right? We have to change the whole thing, right, you guys? Okay. So great opportunity for you to show me what you know, right? But here's how we're going to do this. If you have scrap paper, go for it. Okay. We are going to do number 2. Don't start putting it in yet, just yet, not yet. Okay. We're going to do number 6, 8, and 9. Okay, so be thinking either in your head or use the chat as your scrap. What I'd like for you to do is number them, so I know which ones you mean. You're going to combine them just like we did up here and make your necessary changes. Okay, so I'll give you about 3 minutes. There's 4 of them there. When you get them all done, put your number in, the numbers in, and pop it in the chat. Remember, the chat is our scrap paper. James, I want you to try. Dallas and Charlie, I need to hear from you. Aslan, I need to hear from you. Okay, don't put them in a little bit at a time. Look at your example here, you guys. You're making all of the changes, right? All of the changes. So notice when we went through each slide, we started simply and then we started getting more difficult, right? So now it's up to you to put it all together here. Use the example. Just use the chat box as your scrap. That's just a typing error. Yeah, that's just a typing error, but it would work the same way, right? If I put in mochila here, right? Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's just a typo, but it wouldn't make any difference. Okay. Hey, good numbering, you guys. Good job. Now, did you ask yourselves, Matt, the 4 things? You're gonna get so tired of hearing me say that. Masculine, feminine, singular, plural, do they all match? Right? Does who or what we're describing, if it's masculine or feminine, singular, plural, does everything match? And if you're not sure, remember the information is in the resource library and it's also in your module. You can open up another tab and use it as a cheat sheet. Arshis, take a look at the numero. Well, you numbered it as number 1, but it's sentence number 2 about mochilas. All the rest are good. Kimura. Hey, you guys, make sure that if something is plural, that everything is plural, right? James, I want to see some answers from you. Charlie, Dallas, Catalina, did you answer? Akari, Haley? Yes, Carlin. All right. Anybody else? Stacy, did I hear from you? All right, well, let's check our answers. All right, so we should have las mochilas marrones, right? Mochilas, feminine and plural, so las, and then marrones, right? All right, who can tell me what that means? Las mochilas marrones. Kimura, can you unmute? What is las mochilas marrones?
I'm not sure.
What is marron?
Brown.
So the brown backpacks, right, you guys? All right, muy bien. All right, número 6. Los crayones blancos. Los crayones blancos is what you should have, right? Because it's crayones. There's no A there, right? So take a look at this, you guys. Watch real quick. Watch real quick. If it wasn't plural, it would end in that N, right? And we know to make that plural, we got to add an ES. So it's likely masculine. So los crayones, right? Didn't end in an A. And then because it's plural, blancos. Okay, now you guys, if you have questions as to why something is, yes, James, you need to ask me, please. Okay, that's the whole point here. All right, then we had tijera. A tijera is a scissor. Okay, so we would say scissors, but they say scissor. It's feminine, tijera, so la. But gris is a goofy one, right? Yeah, because these are not full sentences, right? We're not saying the green book is new, right? These are not full sentences, right? They're just phrases, okay? Yeah, yes, we're just trying to make phrases. So, la tijera gris, again, gris is one of those weird ones, and so we don't have to do anything to it unless it was plural. And then our last one, las reglas amarillas. Reglas, feminine and plural. And so las, and then amarillas, right? Our O would become an A, and we'd have to add an S to make it plural. So the yellow rulers, right? The gray scissors. Okay, not sentences. These are just parts of sentences, right? Phrases. Okay, this is our last chance to kind of ask a question about how we write these, you guys, how we write these. And you notice that we don't have to know what they mean, right? We can work with them anyway, as long as we can recognize if they're masculine, feminine, singular, or plural, right? Okay. All right, let me switch up my slides. And I'm actually going to do this. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a little Q&A because we did our writing practice and all of those good things. Okay, so now let's check this out a second. So let's look at what we have on the screen. We have el cuaderno, right, you guys? We have el cuaderno, notebook. We have el sacapuntas. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, it has an S on it, so how come it's L? Well, it's just a weird one because it's a pencil sharpener, right? I don't know. For them, it's plural. El lápiz, pencil. El libro, book. So all of these things, yeah, are masculine. Are y'all with me here? Yes or no? Right? Now, you tell me, are they singular or plural? S or P? Everything up on the screen here. Cuaderno, lápiz, libro, sacapunta. Are they masculine? I mean, are they singular or plural? Good heaven. S or P, you guys? All of the things on this, are they singular or plural? They're singular, right? It's el cuaderno and el lápiz and el libro and el sacapuntas. This is just a weird word here, okay? They're singular. All right, so let's look at the question. Let me erase all my stuff. All right, so it says, ¿de qué color es el crayón? So what color is the crayon? Masculine and singular in our example. Es rojo, right? We have a red crayon here, don't we, you guys? Yeah? Okay, now, how is this different from the phrases we were making? You guys, this should have a period on it because this is a complete sentence. What color is the crayon? It's red. This is a complete sentence. We could say el es rojo, and that would be fine too. But we don't even need to do that in Spanish, right? Es rojo is a complete sentence. It's red. All right. Questions there. Why is rojo with an O on the end? We know that the masculine is the default, but since we're talking about el crayon, why is rojo spelled the way it is? It's el crayon, right? So why is rojo spelled the way it is? Because it's singular, and what else? Come on, y'all, help me. And masculine. Okay. All right. So now here's what we're going to do. No more chat box. Q&A means I ask and you all answer. We have to graduate, you guys. So do I have a volunteer to do the first one? And these are all masculine and singular. We've already established that. Okay. Do I have volunteer? All right. Kimura. De quel color, and you just pick a color. It doesn't matter. Notice all these things are different colors, right? So you can pick a color.
Mm-hmm.
De qué color es el lápiz? De qué color es el
Es azul.
azul? Perfect. It's blue, right? Absolutely. There is a blue pencil here, right, you guys? ¿De qué color es el lápiz? Okay, easy peasy, right? All right, Arshas. ¿De qué color es el cuaderno? And you can't say blue, right? We're checking off our colors.
Es amarillo.
There you go. Muy bien. Es amarillo. Very good. It's yellow. Okay, so we're done with blue. We're done with yellow, right, you guys? So we got to pick a different color. Okay. All right, here we go. Elizabeth. Elizabeth. ¿De qué color es el sacapuntas? And it's L, right? Elizabeth, ¿de qué color es el sacapuntas? Elizabeth, ¿me entiende? Okay, well, what are we asking up here? What have we been working on? ¿De qué color? Just check out the screen. ¿De qué color es? And I'm talking about these, el sacapuntas. Haley, you want to unmute? You're right. Come on, y'all. We gotta think. We gotta be willing to make mistakes. Okay. It doesn't make any difference. Mistakes are good. Mistakes are good. Who's willing? Heaven, how about you, my friend? ¿De qué color es el sacapunta? Elizabeth, pay attention. Presta atención.
Es verde.
Es verde. That's it. It's green, right? The pencil sharpener is green. El sacapuntas es verde. Easy peasy. Muy bien. Good job. Okay. I'm going to clear my screen and now we're going to switch gears. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Okay. And let me get there. Come on, computer. I'm waiting. It's thinking. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this link in the chat. Everybody needs to join. I need y'all to see, this is the thing about Spanish or any language learning, okay? You have to throw yourself in there, okay? You have to throw yourself in there. That's the only way to do it. And you have to really pay attention because it's all about words, right? So you have to really pay attention to each example, each word, each explanation, right? You can't like drop out. Okay, let's join in. I got Scylla, I got Kimura. Haley, Charlie. Arshas, Carolina. Stacy, Elizabeth. Everybody needs to join in. Nikki, Aslan. I got 11 of us and we need 5 more. Okay. Melanie. All right. So we're going to do a little listening practice now, right? You guys, although everything we do is essentially listening. And I'm going to read a sentence to you. Yeah. So if I say, for example, la bicicleta es roja. And I'll say it again. James, you need to join in. La bicicleta es roja. What would you do? What kind of image could you add to tell me that you recognize what I mean? So if I say la bicicleta es roja, right, you guys, and I want to add an image, I could say a red bike, right? I'm going to pop that in to my Nearpod screen. Do y'all see what I'm doing here? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, so you have to listen carefully and you have to be willing to make a mistake. Mistakes are good. This is not English, right? I expect a mistake. Okay, it's not English. Okay.
Replacement battery for the Series 4 Apple Watch isn't too expensive, so I'll take a new one, which hasn't been exposed to water, and clip it down into place. I'm going to clean these off as best I can with the alcohol, as well as the latches on the screen itself.
James.
Battery, clean.
James. James, are you ready? You need to join us because like I've been trying to explain for most of the school year, you guys, it's not English. And if you drop out and you don't get this basic foundation of what we're doing now, you're going to struggle all year long. You have to try. Okay. So you need to focus. James, did you turn off all your other stuff and you're ready to focus? Is that a yes? Okay. All right, here we go. Thank you. Okay, because I can't help you if you're not going to meet me at least halfway, right? Okay, here's our next sentence. Okay. El gato es blanco. El gato es blanco. El gato es blanco. So find me an image. El gato es blanco. You can draw it or you can look for an image. Yep. Ah, heaven. That's so cute. El gato es blanco. Charlie, Carolina. Oh, Priscilla, that's cute. See, Kamora, Melanie, Nikki. El gato es blanco. Remember, we've done our pets. We did it on our warm-up today. El gato es blanco. Very good, James. Muy bien. Ah, Elizabeth, that's beautiful. Arshas, good job. Okay, if you sent me a picture of a white cat, you're absolutely right. El gato es blanco. We only had one white cat. Okay. Muy bien, Melanie. Okay, muy bien. You can try and draw too if it won't let you. Okay. Here's our next one. So go ahead and clear your screen. I'm going to make this one. Well, I'll make it easy. Okay, here we go. La guitarra es marrón. La guitarra es marrón. So click on your little 3 dots to erase, to clear your drawing from the last time. La guitarra es marrón. Stacy, marrón. You can draw it or find an image. La guitarra es marrón. Very good, Kimura. Nikki, what do you say? Heaven, Haley, Aslan, la guitarra. Come on, I'm picking cognates for us. La guitarra es marrón. Okay, James, did you clear your other one? La guitarra, Nikki, la guitarra. La guitarra es marrón. Yes, very good, you guys. So if you showed me a picture of a brown guitar, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay. Now listen, if you don't know the word, like if you can't figure out guitarra is a guitar, that's fine. But you know marrón, then find me something brown or find me something like use your coloring and just scratch me some brown, right? Just show me that there's something that you're understanding. Okay. All right, moving in. All right, clear your picture. Oh, Arshis, that's beautiful. Clear your pictures. Elizabeth, good job. All right, let's do. Okay, I got one. All right, here we go. Now listen carefully. This is going to test your cognate ability. Catalina, clear your screen. Nikki, clear your screen. Stacy. All right, here we go. La blusa. La blusa. It's a feminine clothing article, right? La blusa es verde. La blusa es verde. You can draw it or find me a picture. Catalina, clear your screen. Nikki, clear your screen. Oh, beautiful, Kimura. La blusa es verde. Good job, Stacy. Good job, Nikki. La blusa is a feminine article of clothing, right, you guys? What do you guess? What's it sound like? La blusa. La blusa es verde. Good job, Haley. Good job, Arshis. I love that. Good job, Elizabeth. You're an artiste. Good job, Heaven. La blusa es verde. Verde. Good job, Priscilla. Yeah. Good job, Kimura. Melanie? That's okay. That's good. Isn't that? Looks to me. La blusa, feminine article of clothing, James. Feminine article of clothing. Good, Carolina. What's it sound like? Blusa. Aslan? What do you think? Yes, if you guys show, and most of you did, show me a picture of a green blouse, blusa, feminine article of clothing, right? A green blouse, verde. Okay, muy bien. How much time do we have? Let's do one more. Clear your screens, por favor. Clear your screen. Okay. Clear your screens. Good job. You guys did such great drawings. Sometimes I hate for you guys to clear your screen, right? Haley, clear your screen. Catalina, Melanie, Stacy. Okay. Let's do El Sol, the sun. Yeah, I'll give you that one. El Sol es amarillo. El sol es amarillo. That's an easy one, you guys. El sol es amarillo. Ah, Kimura, that's a good one. Good, Heaven. Yes. Carolina, Aslan, el sol, the sun. Come on. Es amarillo. Good, James. That's good, Arshis. Yeah, good, Melanie. Good, Stephanie or Stacy. Good, Haley. Nikki, muy bien. Elizabeth, nice. Good job, Priscilla. All right, you guys, the sun is yellow, right? Or is it orange? But that's okay. We'll say it's yellow. El sol es amarillo. The sun is yellow. Okay, muy bien. So you can go ahead and clear out of that. You can go ahead and back out of the Nearpod. It's all good. Okay. Good job. So what we need to remember, you guys, is not only what these words mean, obviously, but the trick is always how they work. That's what we've practiced here. So what are the 4 things we have to think about? Who can tell me? Give me one. Give me one of the 4 things we have to always think about in Spanish. Okay, singular or plural, masculine or feminine, right? Very good, you guys. Okay. If we're talking about describing words like colors, not only do we have to think about masculine, feminine, singular, plural, but we always have those exceptions, you know, like azul and gris and marron and whatever, right? But we also have to think about where they belong in a phrase or where they belong, right? And so in a phrase, where does our color belong? Does it belong before the word of the thing we're describing, or does it belong after the thing we're describing in a phrase? Yeah. It comes after, right? Remember, you guys, it's the opposite of English. Most things are going to be the opposite of English, most of them, okay? The opposite of English. So if we would say the yellow sun, then in Spanish, the sun yellow, right? El sol amarillo in a phrase, right? Now, sentence, we can do all kinds of things with sentences, right? Okay. Yes. All right. So things to think about. We have about 5 minutes. Here's the deal. Some of us have not completed our practice sheet on qué color es. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on that. Some of us have not completed some assignments in VHL. So I'm going to let you work in there. Do not leave Zoom. Okay. I don't have a new assignment for you. I know you guys don't want a new assignment, right? So you did a good job today. It's important, you guys, that you focus on classroom practice. It's important. Okay, I know listening is hard, but that's what language is. It's listening. Yeah. Okay. So we have to focus on classroom practice. Okay. So in Canvas, everybody should be in Canvas. Okay, if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Okay, gracias. So here's our PowerPoint information, right? In our resource library, we also had that visual that's probably easier because it gives us all of our colors and what to do with them. In our ¿Qué color es? You also have that information. And remember that we are following the model here, okay? So we're using a complete sentence here. So if you've not done that, you got 3 minutes, or you can be working in VHL or asking me a question. Okay, you guys, any questions before we sign off today? Okay, try to get those caught up. You guys, we want to be all caught up before we leave for Thanksgiving break, right? We don't want to have any loose things hanging. All right, adios. Nos vemos miércoles, right? See you Wednesday. Adios, clase. Adios.